welcome to Blessing Njoh Live and Direct. My name is Blessing Njoh, and my guest today on the show is a model. She's a fashion designer, a business tycoon, as she favorably calls herself, and also the executive director and founder of Africa Fashion Week Amsterdam, Miss Diana Tambe.
Hello.
Hi, good to
Hi.
have you.
Good to have me. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank
You
you.
look tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
What have you been up to?
We just shot our campaign shoot yesterday, 2 days ago, and we were working throughout this week on preparing the campaign shoot. It's been very hectic.
I can imagine. For Africa Fashion Week, I guess.
Yeah.
So how has it been going so far?
Well, good. We've been working hard, the whole team supporting, and it's going well. Preparations are going well. We have a great location. So we're good. We're good to go. We're good for the fashion week.
Good to hear that.
Yeah.
I would like you to briefly tell our viewers a little about yourself. They might be wondering who this lady is. They see the beautiful physique and all of that, but I would like to get a little more insight into your background.
Well, there's really not much to know about me. My name is Diana Tambe. I'm originally from Cameroon. I live in Holland, The Hague, and I study in London, England, International Tourism and Travel Management. I'm graduating this year with a BA degree in Business and Law, Faculty of Business and Law. And what else? I'm into fashion. I used to be a model, and I'm also the creative director of my own label, Black Pearl Secret.
Okay, that it was quite a mouthful. Very impressive, I must say. So, if you should ask an average person on the street what Africa Fashion Week is all about, they would probably tell you, well, it's an event where African fabric is being showcased. But I believe, judging from what I saw last year, that there is more to Africa Fashion Week than that.
There is actually more to it, because Africa Fashion is not just an exhibition or a fashion show event. We trying to make the concept look as attractive and as productive as it could be. So it's not just a fashion showcase. We are promoting African in the form of fashion. So it's a cultural event, promoting art, promoting culture, promoting African fashion, and it's a whole kind of like business concept, trying to creating job opportunities, putting African designers on a platform, taking them to an international platform, helping them to market and sell the product. So it's a little bit extended than just a plain fashion show, what you would see on TV.
All right. What also people do not know, or what they don't see, is the amount of work, effort, sweat, blood, tears you put into it. And talking about that, I know that a few years ago you were supposed to launch Africa Fashion Week Amsterdam, and it was cancelled.
Yeah.
The avant premiere. So tell us more about what happened then.
Well, the avant premiere was ready to be launched in 2013, and I decided to cancel the event because we didn't get sufficient funding that we required into place, and without the necessary funding needed, we cannot produce an event. We're looking at logistic cost of an event, and if we don't have that budget for the logistics of an event, it cannot hold. And because it was probably a preview, we weren't convincing enough to our supporters or sponsors. So because of that, we didn't launch the first premiere in 2013.
So hopefully now sponsors are more forthcoming.
Yes, they are. We are getting more sponsors this year.
Oh, that's good to
and
hear.
we even looking forward to more sponsors and interested partnerships.
All right, so let's quickly throw back to 2004's edition, 2014's edition, I should say. I do believe that you got lots of positive comments and reviews, and I'm also sure you got not so positive comments and reviews. So I would like you to tell me the toughest criticisms you received.
Oh yeah, critics. We did get a few critics, like the Netherlands Dagblad. They did write an article about it, right?
Okay.
And they did mention that it started late. We didn't manage time right fully, which we apologize and we aim to do better. And I think that was moreover the biggest critics that we got, right?
Okay. So everyone thinks that African shows always start late. How are you planning on doing that?
This year we're gonna do it up to program and accurately. So last year it was due to late changes of the program. The program had late changes because people showed up interest in the event quite on late first. So we had to do a lot of changes in that related to a delayed program of the event. But this year everything is on point. Right now, as I speak to you, we have it all mapped out with my colleague Aydin, who's doing all the production of the event. So he's got everything tight and up and ready for the event. So.
All right, you just mentioned Aydin.
Yeah.
Before we go, I'm going to call him up here to say a few words. I want to also know why he's called the fashion man, you know? So I'm going to let him do the talking about that because I'm always wondering why fashion
Maybe
man.
we should do the talking about it, but I look at him as a fashion man.
Okay.
When I need something to be done rightfully, I'm like, oh, Aydin has to be in the picture before I can move towards that proposal or anything of that matter. He is a fashion man. He does the models and he does the production of the event. So he's a great personality to me in the fashion industry.
Great. So this is the second edition, of course, and I would like to know if you have any regrets about the first one. Or anything you would do differently?
Definitely have no regrets whatsoever about my first edition because it was my first show. It was top notch. It was on point for a first event, and I think we did great. My team and I, we did really well. And the most important thing of that Fashion Week in 2014 was that we did launch it, and for me, that's a major success.
Okay, because I was actually very impressed at the number of people who turned out at the show.
It was very impressive. We had people flying in from the United States. We had people coming in from London and from Paris, from Belgium, and I was like, we had people more just coming in from Africa. I was like, really, this means this is a very meaningful thing that if someone was going to fly all the way from JFK to turn up to an event, you know.
How about the lessons learned? How do you intend to incorporate what you learned from
that's the whole idea that the critics came in and the compliments also added to it, and we used that to make it a better show this year. So we use our critics from last year and we do it better.
Okay, so we are looking forward to a better show than last year. That's what you're saying.
100%.
Good. We are going to take a break.
Miss Avant-Garde is een event over schoonheid, mode en milieubewustwording. Deze is heel anders dan alle andere evenementen. Hier gaat het namelijk om de designers en hun creaties.
Miss Avant-Garde Cocktail Evening, vrijdag 28 augustus bij Club DNA Amsterdam. Met DJ Mirjam Westwood en Alberto Valenti. Meet and greet party voor modellen, dansers, modeontwerpers, fotografen, visagistes en MC's en nog veel meer. Kaarten verkrijgbaar bij missavantgarde.nl/ticket. Mis het niet, 28 augustus vanaf 18 uur. Club DNA Amsterdam.
Dana, well, as you know, as a fashion expert, you know that fashion evolves, and so does African fashion as well. And it's been a year ago since Africa Fashion Week Amsterdam. What do you think we should be expecting this year that will be different, or maybe even similar to last year's event in terms of the trends now?
Well, we have nothing similar to last year's event. We have renovated and revolutionized the fashion industry. So we're getting something totally different this year. And to add to that, we're having a menswear segment day that promotes menswear segment. Is a theme dedicated just for a whole day.
Okay.
We're dedicating an entire day. That's the second day of the fashion week, just to promote menswear.
Okay.
And that day, which is you only be looking at men's designers, menswear, and everybody who's interested in fashion, men's fashion. That's the day they should be targeting to visit the fashion week.
I guess not men alone, right?
But not men alone, obviously. We also have designers' houses, buyers, retailers, and the regular public. But we decided to make a theme that only promotes the menswear segments.
And which male designers do you have this year?
Oh, well, I would announce just two or maybe just one. Well, I'll announce Kevin Leslie. He does really good tailor-made men's suits. And we also have Waku suits. They do really good suits for men.
Okay.
And probably I would showcase some of my men's fashion.
Okay, so you heard it here first. Waku Designs.
Waku suits, Kevin Leslie.
Okay, good to know. So I would also like to know how you pick your designers. Do you have prerequisites for what they must meet up with?
Yes, we do have, because we do it 3 days. So we're trying to put everyone that's into the fashion industry on the platform. So we have set up a day that is for status designers, students, and upcoming designers, and that's the first day. And we have the gala show, which is the third day, which is meant for established designers. So when the designers send us a portfolio, we go through the brand, we go through looking how long they've been in the industry, what is the quality, and what is the market, and we look into all that before having the designers. And most of the time, the designers need support in marketing the brand. And my colleague Aydin and I are gonna start up a new concept, a new that helps to market the designers. So we start up with the starting up designers, and we guide them all throughout the branding, the marketing, and the sales of the products.
Okay, because I was actually going to come to that, because most of the time we go to fashion shows and we see very great collections, we see very, very talented designers.
And then you ask yourself, what is your
what's next? Where do we find you?
Exactly.
How much does it cost? Do you have it in my size? Those are very, very basic questions that we ask.
This is the issues that most of the designers have approached us with. That's why we decided to make it our business to support the designers. They're creative. They cannot be more than just being creative. So they need someone to help them with sales, with promotion, with marketing. So because we have the network of what we could do for the designers, we decided to make a new package for them, whereby we help them with the sales, with marketing, with branding the label.
Oh, that's really great. So you already put incentives in place to support these people. Well, that's great to know. Okay, we'll take another break.
Miss Avantgarde is een event over schoonheid, mode en milieubewustwording. Deze is heel anders dan alle andere evenementen. Hier gaat het namelijk om de designers en hun creaties.
Miss Avantgarde Cocktail Evening, vrijdag 28 augustus bij Club DNA Amsterdam. Met DJ Mirjam Westwood en Alberto Valenti. Meet and greet party voor modellen, dansers, modeontwerpers, fotografen, visagistes en MC's en nog veel meer. Kaarten verkrijgbaar bij missavantgarde.nl/ticket. Mis het niet, 28 augustus vanaf 18 uur. Club DNA Amsterdam.
Alright, so we're going to be having a 3-day event again in August. What are the dates exactly?
27 we'll have a campaign day.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with fashion shows. There'll be no shows. Please don't turn up at the venue on that day. 28, 29, 30 is the days of the fashion shows. We open the building at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, where you can walk in to have a look at the exhibition. We have art exhibition, we have fashion exhibitions, and all the not. So you can walk into the building and have a look at the exhibitions up to 3 o'clock. The shows start from 3 o'clock till about 10 p.m.
7 hours.
Yeah, fashion shows.
Each day.
Every day, fashion.
So how many designers should we be expecting?
Well, we had more than 100 registered designers. We had designers coming from all over Africa, Zambia, Gambia, South Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria.
And are they all going to showcase on those 3 days?
Well, we are selective because we don't have that much space. We choosing 18 designers out of the 100 registered designers, and these ones will be showcasing at the Africa Fashion Week.
All right.
So you should expect a fashion show of about 6 to 9 designers per day.
Okay, so like I said earlier on, fashion evolves.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know if you think, judging from the trends of now, of today, if you think there will be differences in fabrics, in styles, in designs, in colors this year compared to last year.
Obviously, there'll be difference. We have designers that are very creative. They'll be showcasing on the gala show. She's very creative. She's not using anything to do with African prints, whatever. She's not using that, but she's using sustainable cotton fabrics, and I find that very interesting.
Okay.
And she's an African. She is doing African inspired creative. I would call it creative art. They are probably not ready to wear. She has ready to wear garments among them, but I really find it her design is really
Okay.
creative. And that's something really different from the regular prints.
African fashion
Yeah.
designer. Okay, so Africa Fashion Week is actually not only for African designers.
It's not something for African designers only. We promoting African inspired talent as well.
Mhm.
So we have a Dutch artist who actually does art, and because he uses sustainable wood in his creativity, in his African inspired. So therefore, we also having him in the exhibition, one of our exhibitors.
All right.
So last year we had 2 designers who were actually Dutch. They are not Africans, but
The Nubian girl.
yeah, but they use African print and they're African inspired, and we have them on the runway.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the very exciting part of it. What is the most exciting part of organizing this event for you?
Everything is exciting. You need to be constantly creative, think out of the box, and to me, every part of it it's exciting, as you can see. Also very tiring.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the most exciting part is that we had to work together with KIT, the Royal Tropical Institute. I think it's an amazing location.
Okay.
And they are venue sponsors for this year. And it's exciting that we have the different levels, the VIP upstairs, the public downstairs. The receptional area is amazing. If you don't know the Royal Tropical Institute, you should have a look on the website, Royal Tropical Institute. It's an amazing building for the event.
What's the capacity of the building?
The building seats about 360 guests, 60 VIPs, and 300 regular seats per show.
Okay. So was there a particular reason you decided to move from World Fashion Center, where you did it last year, to KIT?
Well, nothing really particular, but we just felt that the Royal Tropical Institute is the more welcoming venue. It's got so much character. It's a classic venue, and it's got to do with culture.
Yeah.
And they also have a museum next to it which we can make use of. So the whole environment, the whole surrounding surrounds around culture. It surrounds around art, and it surrounds around fashion.
Okay.
So the Royal Tropical Institute, for me, it's an amazing venue.
Location. Okay, good to know.
So that's exciting.
Yes.
What else was exciting? The venue is exciting. The new theme, the men's fashion day, is an exciting theme for me as well.
Why did you even decide to do that, actually?
2 reasons: promote the menswear segment, to let the men's designer feel welcome, feel that they can be part of the fashion week,
That they have a place.
And probably they have an entire day dedicated for them. So that's also for the men's fashion designers. And backstage, we usually have 30 models, females. We probably have 30 models. No, we cannot manage both genders backstage. So if we're having a day just for men's models and men's fashion, it kind of like creates us backstage a whole relaxed environment. Rather than having male models, about 30 of them backstage, and having female models, it's chaotic. So it works both ways. It works for us for the front stage, and it works for us for the backstage.
All right.
So that's just exciting.
And the adrenaline pump that comes along with organizing events like this one. especially on the day itself.
Yeah, well, I'm getting used to the adrenaline. Oh yeah, and then another certain thing is that we're having a new, well, can't disclose right now, but the Wies BV is a major sponsor for this event.
What do they do? Who are they?
They are into it's called Rice Wax Interior Services. They do cleaning. Is a cleaning servicing company. They're into cleaning, and they were one of our sponsors last year because they sponsored the cleaning and the whole setting of the event. But this year they are doing the whole show, the whole production, the whole organizational aspect, the whole thing. So they're covering Africa Fashion Week Amsterdam this year.
Okay, so I'm actually very happy that you have all these people willing to support you. I know how difficult it is to organize a show in the Netherlands, especially when you're not really Dutch, you know. So I'm really happy. I'm quite impressed that you were able to break through.
Thank you.
Yeah. So now we have talked about the past, we've talked about the present, and it's only very imperative to also discuss the future.
Yeah.
I'd like you to give me an insight into what your plans are and how you intend to attain them.
If I have to start talking about the plans, you need to be precise. Do you want the plans for the event? Do you want plans from the future? Do you want what plans?
I would like to know what you envision for the future of African Fashion Week Amsterdam.
I'm not gonna disclose that, man.
Why not?
Because for now, I want everything to unfold rightfully and to be a secret.
You want to catch us by surprise?
Yes. Because if I have to start disclosing it right here, you already know what to expect from African Fashion Week.
Okay.
But I will tell you one thing. Starting next year, we are more into doing it as seasonal events.
Okay.
So we have African Fashion Week Autumn Winter, and we have African Fashion Week Spring Summer. So expect us in 6 months' time again from now.
Oh wow.
So from starting next year, we're having twice the African Fashion Week Amsterdam.
Okay, so that means you're going to be double busy.
Exactly. And to add to it, I already told you we are marketing and selling designers and others. We're probably working towards a fashion museum. Please don't broadcast, don't show this one. We're working towards a fashion museum whereby we are having all our designers will actually showcase at the fashion week, the stock, the products in the best pieces, the masterpieces, they stock them in our African fashion museums, and it stays there with what year they showcased, and it becomes, it grows as a museum. So it's like a museum of African fashion, but then more kind of like what can I use, an art and cultural museum, and it's more like a blueprint. Not a blueprint. What word should I use for it? It's more like a book.
Okay, lookbook.
Not a lookbook. A book that keeps the record of
like an archive.
An archive, but then an archive whereby you can walk into it and have a look or make pictures of every designers who ever participated at the African Fashion Week from date.
Wow.
So that's it. That's an exciting plan for African Fashion Week.
Okay, that is quite innovative.
Yeah.
You know, I've not really seen something like that before. And I was also asking you about the future, and you didn't want to really disclose so much.
No.
But one thing I'm going to put in your mouth now is, what do you think about doing Africa Fashion Week in other cities of the Netherlands? Because this is Amsterdam, how about Rotterdam, Den Haag, and the other places?
You know, I leave that one to Aydin. Yeah. I have to, he will do the research and see if there's demand in the market.
Yeah.
You know, if Rotterdam wants us, we'll be in Rotterdam. If Eindhoven wants us, we'll be doing sub-events. It wouldn't be called African Fashion Week Amsterdam, but we will have different themes.
Okay.
And we can bring it down to the burgemeester of Eindhoven, the mayor of Eindhoven. We can bring it down to the mayor of Rotterdam and have it displayed. Okay. And even to Helmond, because our greatest fabric sponsor is coming from Helmond and his Holland Textile. And the jacket I'm having on now I'm using the Holland Textile fabric.
You made it? Or?
I made it.
Oh wow, great.
So they are major fabric sponsors. They're providing us with all the fabrics needed to produce the event.
Alright, so
and also for my brand.
And that is Black Pearl, right?
Black Pearl, yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned Aydin. I think this is a good time to bring Aydin
Aydin
in. Come on.
Personal style, of what?
Yeah.
Alright, so I just called in Aydin to join us. Well, I'm gonna ask a few questions in Dutch. Pardon me for that. We're gonna subtitle here and there. So Aydin, welcome.
Dankjewel.
You know what I want to know from him? Why he's called a fashion man. Waarom wordt u de fashion man genoemd?
Ja, Fashion Man is gewoon zelf ontstaan. Ik heb nooit zeg maar, die naam gewoon genoemd. Maar die komt door van andere mensen. Omdat ik ben heel vaak bij elke fashionorganisatie.
Ja.
En ik wil ook heel veel samenwerken met gewoon andere organisaties, internationale organisaties.
Oké.
En men zit mij alleen maar gewoon tijdens de fashion. En,
vandaar.
daar worden mensen begonnen zeg maar gewoon, hey, daar, die
Ja.
fashion man.
Oké, dus het heeft helemaal niets te maken met het feit dat jij altijd presentatief bent, zoals nu.
Ja, daar heeft ook mee te maken een beetje, omdat ik ben altijd gewoon met een pak rondlopen en heel veel mensen spreken ook mij aan. Wat ziet er gewoon goed uit, mooie kleding, mooie pakken.
Ja.
Daar heeft ook een beetje mee te maken.
En waar
Dus,
hou je je pakken vandaan?
overal.
Hoeveel
Meestal-
pakken heb jij eigenlijk?
Ja, ik heb meer dan 150 denk ik, dus ik heb een kast vol.
Oh
En
god.
meestal shop ik in Istanbul. Istanbul is gewoon heel breed qua kledinglijnen. Dus.
Oh, he has over 100 suits. Can you beat that? I don't even have over 100 shoes. But ik ga even overschakelen. Jij bent niet Afrikaans, toch?
Nee, ik ben Turkse afkomst.
Hoe ben je nou bij Africa Fashion Week gekomen?
Hoe ben ik gekomen? Dus ja, door de Nederland eigenlijk. Omdat Nederland is gewoon een heel multicultureel gewoon land. En hier kom je automatisch zeg maar, heel veel culturele mensen tegen. En 2 jaar terug ben ik gewoon via LinkedIn ben ik gewoon
Interessant.
tegengekomen van Diana. Dus we hebben gewoon een leuk gesprek gehad.
Ja.
En Diana heeft me gewoon zijn project gewoon verteld.
Ja.
En
En je dacht meteen, dit
ja,
is het.
ik vond het een heel interessant project. En het is een heel breed, wereldwijd gewoon project.
Ja.
En ik zeg, doe ik mee.
Ja.
En zodoende wij zijn gewoon begonnen met gewoon Diana Tambe, deze project. En mijn hart zit ook in, dus
Wauw, goed om
en
te
ik vond het
horen.
wel een geweldig gewoon project.
Ja. En hoe is de samenwerking tussen jullie?
Heel goed.
Ja?
Soms maken we gewoon ook ruzie. Met
Oh, is dat zo?
Ja.
Wat voor ruzie maken jullie? Waarover?
Nee, ruzie is gewoon puur om onze productie zeg maar hoger niveau neer te zetten. We hebben ook vorig jaar georganiseerd het eerste evenement. We hebben ook kritiek gekregen. En vanuit die kritiek zeg maar, al die punten, knelpunten, we hebben onze organisatie verbeterd. En organisatie verbeteren, soms moeten we ook gewoon echt een beetje gewoon ruzie maken. En
Nodig.
dat pusht ons wel
Ja,
door.
het maakt het
Ja.
beter inderdaad.
Ja, maar verder, we hebben heel veel gewoon, contact met Diana.
Ja.
We hebben met heel veel landen zeg gewoon ook mee eens. Onze doel is ook gewoon één gericht, dus is wel goed. Gaat
Ja,
wel goed.
goed om te horen.
Ja.
En ik wil nog, voordat ik jou laat gaan, wil ik van jou weten wat jij nou van Afrikaanse mode vindt, zeg maar.
Ik vind het wel geweldig, omdat Afrikaanse mode bestaat al jaren. Dus als ik nu kijk naar gewoon mode van Parijs of van Londen, Amerika, dan zie je gewoon, we gaan terug naar gewoon, toch naar gewoon Afrikaanse mode. Zelfs de grote merken, zeg maar, grote designers, die pikken van mode van Afrika. Maar die gaan nooit zeg maar toegeven. Heel veel gewoon ontwerpers, designers, die gaan naar, gewoon, naar Afrika om puur inspiratie krijgen. En dat zie ik wel heel vaak terugkomen.
Ja. Ook in het buitenland, in de VS,
Klopt,
zie jij
overal.
celebrities en al die mensen Afrikaanse
Klopt.
kledij dragen. Draag jij wel eens Afrikaanse kleding?
Nou, ik heb 1 pak besteld
Oké.
bij Diana. En
Oh,
als
oké.
goed is, Diana heeft mij gisteren verteld dat ik gewoon 1 pak krijg. En die ga ik wel gewoon dragen tijdens Africa Fashion Week 2015.
I was going to challenge him to wear an African attire during Africa Fashion Week.
Yes.
And now he's telling me he's actually going to wear one. Ik zou je eigenlijk gaan uitdagen om een Afrikaanse pak aan te trekken.
Nou, eerlijk
Dus-
gezegd, ik heb een heel veel Afrikaanse print broeken. Maar die heeft nog nooit niemand gezien op de foto's. Maar ik heb meer dan 15 soort broeken, zeg maar, Afrikaanse print. Ja, en die ga ik wel komende onze event ga ik dragen.
Oh, geweldig.
Ja.
Stuur ons een foto.
Yes, komt goed.
Nou, geweldig dat jullie er waren vandaag. I'd like to thank you, Dana
Oh, thanks for
Tambe.
having
Thank
me.
you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Alright, so that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching and make sure to join us again next time. Bye for now.
was oké.
Ja?
Dat ben jij.
Ja,
Oké.
jij deed heel goed.
Oh, dankjewel.